I think rightfully so, you would say that they're the top two teams because they've really impressed us.
Hello, a very good day to all of you. This is Gautam Bhattacharya from Gulf News. We are back again with our weekly dose of air review with Chirag Suri. With me is Shyam Krishna, my colleague. We have been dealing with various aspects of IPL so far, but now it's the business end. 4 more matches to go, and we'll get to know that whether we'll have a new champion or will it be again Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians, 4-time champions. They have the big match temperament. They know how to close out these matches. Delhi Capitals, for 2 years in a row, there had been a tremendous turnaround in their fortunes. They have made the playoffs again. They really started with a bang. They had a low in between, but then again, the last match, there was some calming influence with Rahane's contribution. How do you look at the two teams' chances this evening in Dubai?
I think you summed it up pretty well. Delhi, last couple of years, change in franchise owners, change in management, things seem to be working from them. They're doing things differently, what probably they didn't do in the first 10 years. They've built a team around, strong Indian talent, couple of really good overseas talent. They made a really good, mix of players in the last couple of years. So I think credit to the Delhi Capital team. Mumbai Indians, every season we go in and they're just our favorites, just how consistent they are, their players, their management, behind the scenes, they are just a professional outfit. You can never count a team like Mumbai Indians out. We've seen it year after year. I think rightfully so, you would say that they're the top two teams because they've really impressed us over the course of the last month or so. I think so rightfully they deserve those two, top spots in this table. When you come about today's game, leading up, Delhi's had a little bit of a dip in form, you can say, struggling with their opening pair. But saying all of that, they've definitely had a great IPL so far. Really well led by Shreyas. And today, crunch day, obviously struck some form last game. Got a win under their belt. Dhawan amongst the runs again. Rahane coming through. And these are really good signs for Delhi. I feel the wickets have slowed down, which has kind of affected that powerful combination which the Delhi Capitals team have had the whole IPL. Wicket slowing down has not been in favor of them. Delhi, with the kind of pace attack they have, they found it difficult as the tournament has gone along. Even the batsmen like Shreyas, Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw, they like the pace on the ball. So they've also they found it difficult. Found it tough going. But saying that today, new game, fresh start. You might even see a fresh wicket in Dubai. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was at the stadium and I feel that they're preparing a fresh wicket. So if that is the case and we see some pace on and bounce on carry, it might affect the result and it might favor the Delhi Capitals. Mumbai Indians, obviously, a very, very well-oiled team. They know how to handle these pressure games. Little bit of uncertainty with the skipper. We still don't know what's going on over there. Maybe that's playing on the back of their mind. Is that going to affect them in this current situation? Yes, no. I think they're a really good, they're a good enough side to get behind that.
With both teams, there seems to be suddenly a question mark with the openers issue. Rohit, he himself said that his left hamstring, that is fine. A lot of newsprint has been spent on that. For Delhi, with Prithvi Shaw suddenly losing the confidence after that 3-4 innings, in these 4 times that Mumbai have won, we don't have to, again reiterate Rohit's contribution as a batsman there. Do you think if he was actually coming out of a niggle as an opener, how do you see it affecting his game?
When it's crunch time, you want your body to support you because you want every bit of extra support, or that you want to be 100% going into any crunch game, let alone, a playoff game for the final of the IPL. But saying that, Rohit Sharma has come good time and again in these last leg of the tournament. This is when he starts to fire in these crucial games. He's a big stage player, and don't be surprised if he's amongst the runs today and he'll put everything behind him.
Right.
All these noise that has been going on, he's one to shut people's mouth up. So I really feel that going into this game, he's pumped up. He's got a point to prove, and he loves those kind of situations. He is a dangerous player in today's game.
Yesterday we were doing this Zoom call with Shikhar, and he was asked about the possibility of him going out to open with Stoinis. Understandably, he was a little evasive. So we don't know if there's some thinking going on in the team management camp. What's your take on that?
it's a bit too late to make such kind of changes. Stoinis has done well in the middle order, finishing games for them, those getting those, crucial runs in the middle overs and towards the end. He's finished games really well. I think it's too late to do such changes. You back Prithvi Shaw, you tell Prithvi, just go out there, enjoy yourself, we're backing you. And, they've tried to put Rahane up the order. He hasn't got the run, but, yesterday, last game, he was amongst the runs. When you're chasing scores like 150, 160, those 7, 8 runs and over, that's when a Rahane is really well suited to those kind of, games where he can, hold one end up, score at about 100, 120 strike rate, and, without causing too much pressure on the other batsman, he gets the game through. So this is what you expect from Rahane to, just take the ship and, cruise through in such games. But the moment you're chasing above 160, 170, 180, then you need some your openers to give you a good start. You want to get in the first 6 overs, you want to get 50 plus runs because you want to make use of that power play. So it'll be interesting to see the kind of approach they have. Maybe if they bat first, they go with Prithvi and Dhawan. Maybe if they bat second, they might be skeptical to a few changes if they want to get off to a good start. But I don't think making such drastic changes is ideal right now. Yeah. I don't know if Sham would agree, but that's what I would say.
I completely agree with you because it would have made sense in the league phase. Definitely not at this stage of the tournament. No, you want to do the minimum changes because you know your players now. Now you back them.
Sunrisers Hyderabad, it's a kind of a blood and sweat kind of story. Injuries, a lot of up and down form, not a good start at all. And then suddenly we see the team crystallizing, winning those 3 crunch games. What are your expectations out of Sunrisers Hyderabad since they are going to take on Virat Kohli's RCB?
I always say that Hyderabad is, at least in this IPL, they are punching above their weight. What happens is sometimes it doesn't come off, which is why you're seeing them losing from winning positions. Their first game in the IPL 2020 was against RCB. So Royal Challengers were on the mat and actually they lost the match from a winning position. Actually, there was a spectacular collapse in the middle order. Now, that is the RCB at the beginning of the tournament. Now, like you said, if you look at the last 3 games, the way they have really, really come off, so you're going to see a different Sunrisers Hyderabad when RCB meets this time. So I would say it is more a match of equals now, which is not the case earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if Sunrisers pull off an upset because if they can replicate what they did against Mumbai, RCB is in for trouble.
Chirag, another thing here, if you look at tomorrow's opponents, both with RCB and Sunrisers Hyderabad, the batting by and large is dependent on the top order again. With RCB, for all the talk about, the RCB being a superpower in batting. Comparatively, if you're looking with SRH, with Jason Holder coming in the lower order, even though Vijay Shankar is out with injury, unfortunately, they seem now a little more sorted. Which team actually has a better balance in terms of that?
SRH, they've always depend on their bowling. And I feel that when they bowl well, they get teams out, in that 150, 160 mark. They chase very comfortably. I still feel as a batting unit, yes, you may say SRH is looking strong on paper and, they might look like they have a deeper, longer batting lineup. But I still feel they haven't fired as SRH would have liked during the whole tournament. They've been inconsistent. We haven't seen, one guy really have a great season or, a couple of guys really have good partnerships along the season. When it comes to RCB, yes, they are very top order heavy team. And we know that for the last 5-6 years now, they are a top heavy team. This is the fact. And you have to face the facts, and they're used to it now. If they bowl well, if they restrict the team to 150, 160, I think they will find it easy to chase. The moment it goes to 170, 180, and there's pressure on a Virat or an AB from ball 1, and they don't quite fire at the top, then it's trouble for RCB as well. So I think it really depends on how well they bowl, and depends a lot on the toss as well. I feel both sides will look to chase, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll have to see on the day, who really has a good day. We'll have to wait and watch on that one. A lot depends on the wicket as well.
There have been cases of, so near yet so far kind of for especially 2 teams. One is Kolkata Knight Riders and of course Kings 11 Punjab. When the next season comes and, that's not too many months away, honestly, what do they need to do? Possibly they need to trust their core Indian players little more. What do you think, Chirag?
I would say that Kings XI Punjab definitely, a good team on paper. I think they did well as well with the bat. I just feel that, with the ball, there was not too much to offer. We saw Ravi Bishnoi bowl well and Arshdeep, but there was no senior fast bowler who stepped up really. That's what's been lacking. Kings XI Punjab batting wise, I think even after, Mayank Agarwal, leaving, Mandeep Singh coming in. So they've had the depth in their batting. They've not fell short. They've always scored 180, 190, but teams have chased it down. There is definitely certain things they would like to improve on, even whether it is maybe bringing in, sort of an all-rounder, into the mix as well. It could be in the lower middle order, So depends. Every team has their own, needs and sort of management thinking. For KKR, they left it too late. Too many changes, too much chopping, going on. Captain changes. Depending on other results isn't always going to work out in your favor. I feel KKR, new conditions, they had to adapt quicker. They had to be more flexible. But then again, these teams will come back strong, maybe more so of a strategy than more of a player aspect for KKR.
Let's look forward to these 4 games.
You have to pick 2 finalists. I think my top 2, I'd love a Delhi-Mumbai final. Why not? Today is just a warm-up for the final. Let's say that.
I'm just going to take a completely different tack on. Yes, cricketing logic says what Chirag just said. Of course, top 2 teams win the final. But I want to take a bet on Sunrisers Hyderabad. My pick will be Mumbai versus Sunrisers Hyderabad.
I would really like to see a new champion this time, so that
yes, Delhi RCB.
Yes, I would have liked to put my money on Delhi or either Delhi or RCB. But, you can't keep Bombay out. So I think one of my finalists will have to be Mumbai. And I would like to see Virat Kohli in the final again, after a while.
All right.
So that's it. Thank you again, Chirag. Thank you, Shyam, for taking part. And let's catch up to find out, what have been our hits and misses.
Thank you, Gautam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Loved it. As
Bye,
always.
Chirag.
Thank you guys. Cheers.